Good afternoon, everyone, or morning, or evening. I'm so excited to be here. Christmas holiday, Christmas is over. Oh, what a wonderful time. What a wonderful, wonderful Christmas with all the celebrations and all of the different videos that I saw, families, and I especially liked all the videos I received from my Africa friends. Oh, they were those children. I wish I could show them all online to you. We wouldn't be having this. But now it's time to move on to our New Year's and have our New Year's start off with a bang. So I'm Darlene Petrie, and I'm the CEO and founder of Scam Prevention International. And I've been working in the helping profession for 17 years. With the number of people being scammed worldwide, the amount of money that is being lost to scammers and the heartbreak that it caused, I believe that there is a need to bring awareness and education of the many types of scams and what to look for and how to prevent being scammed and having your identity stolen by the scammers. I now bring awareness to women 50 plus years of age and older of how to decrease your risk of being scammed, especially if you have been targeted. I also specialize in supporting those who have been a victim of romance scams, and I feel that this is an area that does need to be addressed. I have a toolbox full of many ways to decrease your chances of being scammed and having your identity stolen. I work with many women in group setting or on a one-to-one basis in the many different types of scams. So I would like to start doing screen share because this particular group is on the New Year's resolution scams. So I will add this to the stream, and look at that, it just came right up. Oh, I'm so excited when technology is working. So today we'll be covering New Year's resolution scams, and I thought I would cover how to set your New Year's resolution goals and speak about scams to watch out for. For this section, you are going to require pencil, whichever you prefer. You're going or a device if you happen to write on devices, such as your iPads or even on a computer. So whichever is best for you to write on. And while you're getting that, I will continue to speak about the different things that I need to speak about first. So, just who is Scam Prevention International? Well, we are an organization who is adamant about bringing education and awareness to people to ensure they are no longer victims. We will not allow these scammers to have us fall prey to being their victim. We educate people on the signs of the scam and how to avoid it. And we're also an organization who is passionate about bringing awareness of scammers and other cybercrime to potential targets and victims. And I separate the two because the target is when your phone rings, when your Facebook, someone clicks on and says they want to be your friend, when someone, when someone sends you an email, when someone connects with you in a way that you haven't solicited. So you are a potential target. You become a victim once you click on a site that you've had in your email, or you click on yes to accept the friendship on a Facebook page when you know you're already a friend with someone. That person whose Facebook that you clicked on to be a friend, they are a victim and you are a victim. And so are actually all of the people on your Facebook page. If you click on it and you have that scammer be a friend, they are also victims. And that's one thing that people do seem to not really think about. So we're here to ensure that you are protected, your friends are protected, your small businesses are protected. Scams occur in so many different ways, on so many different mediums. They are on the internet, they come through the phone, your devices, through mail. They come knocking on my door too. They come everywhere and they are out there. Scammers are out there all over the world, and people are being scammed from all over the world. And we need to realize they are out there, and they are out there in many different capacities. Scam Prevention International is there to help identify scams, avoid scams, and if you fall victim to a scam, we're here to help put your life back on track. So this week, we are going to be doing the New Year's resolution goal setting. I thought it was something that it would be fun to do together instead of always talking about scams. We will get to that in the end. But I thought that it would be nice to be able to help go through the scams and help with setting up what your goal could be or should be. Many people are talking about New Year's and what the goal will be, what's the new year going to look like. And they're talking about goals, resolutions, what should they be. And when we make these goals, we say, this year, for sure, I'm going to keep my New Year's resolution. Well, today, we're here to give you support on achieving your goals. So, what areas of your life do you want to improve? I provided a diagram that lists some of the areas of your life that you might choose. I'd like to point out with number 4, forgot to put the word wellness on there because it should be actually health and wellness. So yeah, take out a sheet of paper and write down what you think you would like to achieve in 2022. I'll give you about a minute to do that. Get my timer out here. While you're writing down your goals of what you would like your goals to be, if you could include them in that under the area of what's on the diagram, that would really be helpful for you as well. Okay, great. Now that you've got that done, next, out of all of the goals that you have chosen to write down, Write down the top 3. If you've only chosen one, that's perfect. That's good. That's great. If you've written down 10, then just choose the good top 3 that you would like to achieve. And if you can, for some of them, if you can combine them, for instance, if you chose spirituality and under family, you chose to help increase my family's spirituality, combine those 2 together. Or if you chose work, you also want to spend more time with your family, combine those 2 together, and probably family would be the best place to put that, because these are probably your personal goals for the New Year's resolution. Okay. And from these 3 goals, if you could think about which is the most important to you, so which goal is going to help you be the best version of you? I do want to add that if you have listed a goal that is depending on someone else's goal, for example, I want to have my husband come to church with me more often, then please eliminate that goal, because that would need to be a goal that you would work on separately, and it would be a goal that you would be working on together. So the purpose of listing the goals you want to achieve is so that to see which can be combined, which goals are your goals, your specific goals for you to be the best that you can be. So write that goal down, keep the other goals. If you've written more, like I say, if you've written more than one, if you've written 3, 10, keep those other goals. They're important to keep. Now, this next slide is the most important thing to do before you move on, before you think, oh, look at that. That was easy. I now have my New Year's resolution goal. Woohoo! I got it all figured out. Thank you very much, Darlene. I'm good to go. But you're not. You have to determine the why. Why is the goal that you picked number 1 your goal? If you can do this exercise with someone, that would be great. For now, let's dig deep into that goal. And when I say dig deep, it means you're digging deep into your subconscious. So there is a video by Simon Sinek explaining how to discover your why in difficult times. I'll put it in the link in the comments. Simon Sinek, in case you don't know who he is the person who had brought the why into focus for people, and that was about 10 years ago, and many businesses use that, but it is also a very good idea to use it for yourself, for your personal goals, because knowing why you're doing something really helps solidify the importance of getting it done. So I actually have 2 videos that I'm going to share with you from Simon. One is 15 minutes and another one is 5 minutes. So why do I say the why is important? Well, you know that, and I'm always shocked when I hear this. Do you know that by the second week in February, of the people who set their New Year's resolution goals, 80% have dropped it. People have set their goals without digging deep. They have set goals like, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to work out, I'm going to spend more time with my family, I'm going to go to church more, I'm going to eat less, I'm going to work less. Like, just, there's more. They set their goals, but they really haven't tried to understand why they are going to be setting their goals. So I thought that it would be fun to do a goal together. And so, and just to put it out there and to be vulnerable, I have set my goal as what I want to do is I want to spend more time with my friends. And so with this goal, if I'm thinking to myself, I'd say, okay, I want to spend time with my friends. Why? Because I need to be around people. Why is it important to be around people? Well, people are born to be social, to be with others. So I need to be with others. I have to tell you, I am a person who really does like to stay home, and quite different than when I was working. When I was working, I was out all the time. So, but lately it just seems like I just, and this is long before COVID, but I am truly an introvert, much to many people's surprise. So I do want to spend more time with my friends. So yes, people are born so to be social. So yes. And do I know why I need to be around people? Like, I told myself people are born to be social, to be with others. So why do I need to be with others? Well, yes, people do need to be around others. And before I said at the beginning of my goal, I wanted my goal to spend more time with my friends. And then when I was discussing my goal with myself, I switched it to I wanted to be around people. I was taking it away from what my reasoning was, my why. I was putting it on because that's what other people do and that's what I should be doing. So let's go back to the goal was I want to spend more time with my friends. So I have to ask myself why. And one of the reasons was I don't go out much. It's nice to talk to people. I think it would be just nice to hang out with my friends. Why? I sound like a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old who are always on the why. Why? So I can see how they're doing. With COVID, we haven't had a chance to see each other. Yes, that is true. Why is it important to see them more? I've only been texting them. Seeing them in person would be nice. Why? Now I want to dig deep down and think about why. Why do I want to spend more time with my friends? Well, because I want to create a better, stronger relationship with them, and because I get lonely. And I want to know, who can I call at 3 a.m. if I need help? Do you think digging deep into your why will help you work with your New Year's resolution and stay with it longer? Do you think figuring out your why would help you work towards achieving your goal? I To me, it was quite a surprise about the why and digging deeper down, because I would always just give superficial answers to myself. And actually, a lot of times when I set my goals for New Year's, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to be accountable. Okay, so now that we have my goal, so my goal is I want to spend more time with my friends, and it is truly the goal that I want to achieve. So now we can work on the goal, and you have your New Year's resolution. We now have our why. Now we need to make sure that the goal is achievable. And we need to set up SMART goals. I don't know if many of you have heard of the SMART goal acronym, but here it is, SMART goals. So without being able to measure your goals, how do you know if you've been successful? And so that's why I think, whoever came up with this, I should have looked it up. I think it was quite ingenious to be able to say that the goals have to be SMART. So when I first set up my goal, I will use the example of I want to spend more time with my friends. Well, how do I measure more? So I had to change the wording of my goal in order to meet these specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So I changed my goal to I want to spend a minimum of 4 hours per week with my friends in person. And is it specific? Yes, because I'm talking about in 2022, the minimum of 4 hours per week. That helps justify the more time with my friends and in person with friends, so that I'm identifying who your friends are. That's another goal. And I want my goals to be measurable. So yes, it's measurable and it's a minimum of 4 hours. It's achievable. I think for most people, 4 hours a week is achievable. And in my case, it is achievable for me. And is it realistic? I believe for most people it would be realistic. I'm not saying that I'm going to spend 4 hours with one friend. It's just I want to spend 4 hours with my friends. So I think it's achievable, and it has a timeline on it. So it says that it states in 2022. So that's SMART goals. My goal is set. So I really want to focus. I know that I had you write your goals, if you wrote more than one, that's great. I really would like to specify that starting small is the best way to achieve your goals. So for achieving your New Year's resolution goal, I was listening and I heard heard a couple of people now say it, that it's good to increase your goals by 1%. So all of the other goals that you have listed, don't try to achieve them all at once. Include them one at a time. And in some cases, don't move on until one goal has become a habit. So if you're choosing to eat more healthy, the goal has to be more specific, but add one vegetable in at a time, or add protein in at a time until you get used to eating that, and then change it to another one. So those are your SMART goals, and it's really good to have this. You can take a screenshot of it, or take a photo of it, or if you do want my slides, please know that you are able to contact me and you can ask for them. So here are some reasons why people don't achieve their goals. So with your goals, now that you have your goals and your timelines all set up and you have your why, tell people, tell the world, well, at least your friends, the people who you think will support you while you're trying to achieve your goal. You want someone who is going to help you walk through the steps of your success. Preferably, I mean, it's good to tell your friends that you're all of your friends, but preferably the person that is for not support is the one that's going to be saying, oh, here's a piece of cake. Well, one bite won't hurt. You can have it. That's okay. You're doing really well with your goal. So yeah, just have a piece. You don't really want that person as your support unless you can say to that person, I really would appreciate you're not enticing me, trying to tempt me, because I am going to fall and I don't want to fall. And being a good friend that you are, I would really like it if you don't. But you do want to talk to the person. You do want to tell the person who will say, don't beat yourself up. I know you had that piece of cake, but don't beat yourself up. Look at all the progress you've made. You can take it from here. Other supports that you can use can be things like reading books, listening to audiobooks or podcasts about your chosen goal. I also think it's a good idea to journal about it. If you do like to write in journals, then that way, if you are writing in a journal, you'll know how you're feeling each day, and maybe you'll be able to pinpoint triggers of what's stopping you from achieving your goal. And so, with the New Year's resolutions, you have your goal set up. You have your triggers. Hopefully, you'll be able to identify what your triggers are. But now you need to go out and maybe purchase items. I don't know if you're purchasing items or if you're using services online. You do have to be aware of scams. And if your New Year's resolution does include buying products, research the products or the websites before you start your new endeavor. Don't just click on and think and try to get the best deal. We'll always try and get the best deal, of course, but really try and find services and products that have qualified or qualifying statements that go with them. So, for instance, if you are looking for a weight loss program, I see so many, and they'll tell you how good they are, and on their own website, they'll have all of these people saying what a great product it is. But go off of their website and type in Sammy's weight loss clinic, and look up. That's just a fictitious name I'm making up, but look on it and see if there are reviews, and also if it's an organization that you're not sure of, you can write the word. So Sammy's weight loss clinic, fictitious name. You could write the word scam beside it, or you can write the word complaints, or you can write scam complaints, and it'll give you a listing of any places if there have been some. So I do recommend to do that. And I also recommend for you to start planning now and order your product so you're not ordering in a hurry. And just so you know, for this year on my website searches, these scams are popular for 2022. So, investment scams. Usually, it's the younger population who gets targeted for investment scams because they do like the get rich quick. Pet scams, people are buying pets online, paying for them, going to pick them up, only to find that there's no such place. Grandparent scams, that's when they are making the phone call and saying, I need help, I'm in jail, or I'm in another country and I'm trying to get home, but they won't let me come home. You have to send money, gift cards. Romance scams, because this is a time of year, time of season where people are getting lonely and they want company. They may go on websites to try and find companionship. And so romance scams get to be people who are looking for these type of relationships are getting targeted. Merchandising scams, that you're online shopping, that's where you're ordering your products and you're getting either fake products or you're not getting any products. And service scams are also out there. So that's people who are saying, oh, we're from Microsoft and we are noticing that your computer isn't working up to par, so you really need to call us and you really need to let us get onto your computer and we'll fix the problems that you have. Never, never, never accept anything like that. If you didn't solicit the call, don't. With any of these, if you haven't solicited the call on any of these, then do make sure that you do not answer, do not click, do not give any personal information whatsoever. So, for your New Year's resolution scam, look for familiar and safe websites to do your shopping on. Sites that you know are reputable and that you know for sure that they are for the service, the product that you are buying. And if you're not sure, then use the website checker URL void or whois.com/whois. I really do like that website. I like the whois.com, and you do have to put in the /whois in order to get all of the information. You'll be able to find out where they're from, what country they're from, when they started, and it sometimes has the name of the person who has started the business. It gives you a lot of information. And then watch for misspelled words. For example, I use retailer.com and retailer.com. These are fictitious names that I made up. And so in this one, you'll see sometimes when you're in a hurry, you miss little details like this. You'll miss the detail that there's 2 L's on this one, so it's spelt wrong. And that on this one, it is spelt right. So watch out for those kinds of misspelled words. Also, make sure that when you are shopping online or getting services online, if there is no lock or there is no S, then do not give any personal information. Now, I'm going to say that just because there's a lock and because there's an S, that does not mean that it is not a fake place or that it's a scam, because scammers have been starting to pay for some of the websites because they know that it's a minimal cost compared to what they can gain. And so it's important for sure if it's HTTP. Now, I know I have been on sites that have just the HTTP and they are legitimate sites. So research your information more. Do make sure that you feel good that it is a legit website. Now, what to do if you think you have been scammed? Stop all contact with the scammer. If you are messaging them through text, or if you're emailing them, or you're talking on the phone, disconnect immediately and block them. And I always say, don't delete the information, because I really think that people do need to report the information as well. So do not delete it, and do report it. I should include that actually in here. Contact. Do not make any payments if they threaten you or say, well, you have to pay me, or I'm going to I know what you have done. I have pictures of you. I have texts of you saying things that are inappropriate. Don't pay them. And contact the bank or services you sent your money through, and they'll advise you what to do. They may have to cancel your credit cards, or close your bank account. I know those are all really inconvenient, but which is more inconvenient, having your bank account closed or having your bank account drained? And what should you do after you've done all this? Do these things immediately. Assess your security at home and online, and equip yourself to recognize scams. So it's like taking these kinds of training and look online and read the different, the Better Business Bureau has very good information on how to get on how to report on the signs, the types of scams. You can also go to my website. I have information on there as well. It's www.scampreventioninternational.com, and talk about what happened. You don't have to do this alone. I know sometimes you don't want people to know that you've been scammed, but if you're talking about you being scammed, and we all know that it does happen. It happens to the best of people. It happens to people who have PhDs. It happens to doctors. It even happens to a lawyer that I know of. And then it happened to a police officer that I know of, so it happens to all people. And be proactive, not reactive, and do get a security system put in place so that people can't steal your ID. So where do we go from here? Well, I would like you to continue on live streaming. Live streaming is put on Tuesdays, and I'm here for you to talk to and to have conversations about if you've been scammed, or if you know of a friend who's been scammed. I think that it should be, I think the word scamming always has such a negative connotation to people. I know when people have asked if they would be interested in signing up for my program, a lot of people get defensive and feel that, no, I don't need that kind of information. Why do I need a program like that? But it's not always all about you. It's about the people you know. It's about the people that you can help. It's about the people who, I was scammed. This was 2 years ago, and I didn't know anything about scammed. And I was talking to somebody about social catfish the other day, and they said, so what is social catfish? And social catfish is romance, is a type of romance scam. but people didn't know, and people never heard about the what we call the income tax fraud scams. People are still getting scammed. People I hear on the news, and it's just it's letting people know. And so the more people you know, the less people there are who do get scammed. So I will say, if you would like a copy of this PowerPoint speaking notes, please PM me your email address and I'll send them to you. You can share them with your family, your friends, your coworkers, your frenemies. I would especially like it if you would like to share them with people who are 50 years and older, with women 50 years and older. Because the older populations, 60s, 70s, 80s, they are starting to use the internet a whole lot more. They're using Facebook, they're using FaceTime, they're using Zoom. There's just so many different ways that people can get scammed, and so many different opportunities for the scammers to try and steal people's personal identities. So I would really appreciate if you would ask me for this stuff, and I'm more than willing to get the information out. My purpose for having done these Facebook and YouTube live videos is to get the word out there and decrease people's risk of being scammed, especially during the different times of seasons. Like, with scammers are out in full force at all times. It's really, to me, it's really important. And I don't know why more people don't do it. So for scam prevention, what I call Scam Prevention 101, it's a group that's open to women only, 50 years and over, and they can register for our Scam Prevention's weekly live, and it is on education and awareness, and has a private face group called Scam Prevention 101, where you are going to have a group of people who will support each other and who will help educate others, help educate each other, and help educate others who don't know what to do if they have been scammed, or don't know how to talk to someone who they believe are being scammed. And they will be talking to like-minded people who are interested in providing a service to other people. And there will also be a quarterly publication which will come out. It will include true stories, new topics, tips and tricks on how to avoid being scammed. And if you would like a copy, I do have one. Our winter version is out. So if you would like to have a copy of the winter copy, that would be great. So with this particular group of only for women only, it's a live Facebook group, and there will be, I did mention before about the private Facebook group, like-minded people who have experienced being scammed, and supporting on how to talk to people. It's really important, I think, to really try and talk to others who have been scammed, if you know they've been scammed. And sometimes it may be somebody that has told you that you've been scammed, and you've already had a conversation with them and said, I wouldn't fall for anything like that. Go back to them and be more empathetic, and have them know that you really didn't mean for it to come out like that. I think that it's important. And these are things that we can help you with. And we will have a monthly Zoom education and awareness webinar, and weekly mini videos on tips of new scams, because those scammers come out with something new all the time. And we'll let you know what's going on out in the world of the scammers in different communities. And the quarterly publication, it'll have different competition things in it that people will be, I'm hoping people will be excited about it. So, and sorry, you can sign up for the individuals group for this. Each session is 30 to 60 minutes with a discussion to follow and the publication that comes with it. Or a person can have just the one session, or you can sign up for just the one session by appointment only, and we can have a discussion and really go deep down in, because it's been 2 years, and I have to say, being scammed is something that is very traumatic. It's emotional, and it is something that still bothers me sometimes. I think, I do still get those thoughts of how could I have let this happen to me? And I'm still working through that. So I would be able to provide some support, some resources around that. So today's topic. So we are done the end of December, so we don't have any new topics picked for January, because they will be more in the private stream. So I do have quotes. People need to be more aware and educated about identity theft. This is a quote by Frank Abagnale. And yes, they do. And, even if it's not through Scam Prevention International, do talk to people about scam prevention. Do talk to people about how they can avoid, and share the news as you get the awareness and as you get the education. And this one here, I believe in this so much, that you do have so much power to bring awareness. You've attended the workshop. You know what's out there. You know that scammers are there. You do have the power to bring awareness, to help bring prevention and change. And this quote is by Ashley Judd. Okay. So I would like to thank you all for coming to this presentation, and hope that it was everything that you were hoping that it would be. And I would like to wish you all a happy new year. And I do really hope to see you in the new year on Scam Prevention International, as we do the Scam Prevention 101, Education and Awareness on Scam Prevention. So this is Darlene Petrie signing off. This is it for me. Thank you and Happy New Year.